Ever wonder how proteins are made? Well, first you need a bunch of amino acids. But how do they go from this to this? The answer is through condensation reactions. Condensation joins amino acids together via peptide bonds, creating these long polypeptide chains that eventually become proteins. We'll be learning lots about condensation reactions today, so just stay tuned.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
A condensation reaction occurs when two molecules join to create a larger molecule. And during this process, a smaller molecule is released. The smaller molecule released is usually a water molecule. It is basically linking two molecules by removing water. Esterification is a chemical reaction that forms at least one ester. The esterification reaction is a subcategory of condensation reactions as a water molecule gets released in the process.
All of this may be a little bit confusing, so let me show you guys how this works myself. First, you'll need a carboxylic acid, followed by an alcohol. A condensation reaction is then catalyzed using sulfuric acid while being heated to 90 degrees Celsius. The first product formed, an ester linkage, is characterized by a carbon bound to 3 other atoms, a single bond to carbon, a double bond to oxygen, and another single bond to an oxygen. The last product to form is, of course, our water molecule. When creating water, the hydrogen atom usually comes from the alcohol, whereas the hydroxide ion comes from the carboxylic acid.
Now, here's an example of esterification. We are going to use isopropanol, an alcohol, and react it with benzoic acid, a carboxylic acid. But wait, something's missing. That's right, for this reaction to occur, we would need a catalyst. Sulfuric acid is used as a catalyst, as well as heat, specifically 90 degrees Celsius. First, a water molecule is going to be created using the OH from the benzoic acid and the H from the isopropanol. Finally, the remaining reactants are going to join together via ester linkage to create an ester molecule. This ester molecule would be named propan 2-ylbenzoate.
Now it's time for the big question. Is there really another name for condensation reactions? You guessed it. The answer is true. There is. A condensation reaction can also be referenced as a dehydration synthesis reaction, which is more indicative of the process that occurs during this reaction. Dehydration means the loss or removal of water from something, indicative of how we use the hydrogen atom and the hydroxide ion to create a water molecule from the reactants. Synthesis is defined as the creation of larger chemical compounds by reacting them with simpler, smaller molecules, representing the ester linkage that forms when the remaining reactants are joined together. Together, the alternate name for this reaction, dehydration synthesis, better describes the events that occur during this process.
And that wraps it up. Thank you for listening to our video.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy.